Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Hey Saraswati Deve Gaura Arati Nirvishesha Shunyavani Pasadya Vishatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Paschadya Tishatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Shinitai Sachi Sundara Chiki Jai Giriraj Govardhana Ki Jai Gaura Premanandi Kipa Chayo Oh Chayo Gaura Chande. Yes, you just stand up. Arati Soba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Soba Chana Vidata Vante Shaga Manaloba Navitata Vante Shaga Manaloba Chana Vitata Vante Shaga Manaloba Chana Vitata Vante Shaga Manaloba Daki Tai Chan Mame Gadhara Rakhi Tai Chan Mame Gadhara Nikate Advaita Shri Vasa Chatradara 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 Vashi Yache Gaurachan Radha Simhasane Vashi Yache Gaurachan Radha Simhasane Vashi Yache Gaura Radha Simhasane Vashi Yache Gaura Radha Simhasane Arati Gorena Brahma Ati Devagane Arati Gorena Brahma Ati Devagane Arati Gorena Brahma Ati Devagane Arati Korena Brahma Ati Devagane Nara Hari Adi Kori Chamarajulaya Nara Hari Adi Kori Chamarajulaya Narari Adi Kori Chamarajulaya Narari Adi Kori Chamarajulaya Sanchaya Mukunda Vasu Gosha Adigaya 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 Shankara Bache Kanta Bache Bache Garadhala Shankara Bache Kanta Bache Bache Garadhala Madhura Medanga Baje Parama Rasala 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 Shanka Bache Kanta Bache Madhu Madhura Madhura Bache Shanka Bache Kanta Bache Madhu Madhura Madhura Bache Shanka Bache Ganta Bache Madhu Madhura Madhura Bache Shanka Bache Ganta Bache Madhura Madhura Bache Madhura 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 Bache Madhura 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 Bache Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Gaura Haribo Bahu Koti Chandrachini Padana Uchwala Bahu Koti Chandrachini Padana Uchwala Kalate Shevana Malaka Kore Chalamala Kalla de Shevana Malaka Kore Chalamala Kalla de Shevana Malaka Kore Chalamala Kalla de Shevana Malaka Kore Chalamala Shiva Shukha Narada Preme Kadhagata 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 Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gaura Sampada 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 Kiva Jayo Jaya Gaura Chante Aradhika Shobha Jayo Jaya Gaura Chante Aradhika Shobha Chana Vidaka Vante Jaga Manalopa Chana Vidaka Vante Jaga Manalopa Gaurange Arotik Shobha Jaga Chandamanalopa Range Arotik Shobha Jaga Chandamanalopa Gaurange Arotik Shobha Jaga Chandamanalopa Gaurange Arotik Shobha Jaga Chandamanalopa Jaga Chandamanalopa Jaga Chandamanalopa Haribol 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 Gaura Haribol Nitai Gaura Haribol 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol 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 Gaura Haribol Nitai Gaura Haribol Haribol Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Jai Shri Nitai Sachi Sundara Ji Ki Jai Gira Raj Govardhan Ki Jai Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Bhattacharya Shatrashadha Sri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Bhattacharya Shatrashadha Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki. Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Namachara Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Siko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sri Gaura Bhaktarinda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Shri Giri Govardhan Ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki. Shri Navadvip Maya Pudam Ki. Ganga Maya Munamai Ki. Tulasi Devi Tulasi Maharani Ki. Samaveda Bhaktarinda Ki. Gaura Premanandi. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ben?
Oh, wow. I know. Oh, you? Oh. You just don't know? I saw you earlier now.
Namaste Nrisimhaya. Oh, Namaste Nrisimhaya. Pralada Ladayane. Pralada Ladayane. Hiranyakasipur Vaksya. Hiranyakasipur Vaksya. Siratankan Kalaye. Siratankan Kalaye. Nrisimha Nrisimha. Nrisimha Nrisimha. Yato yato yami tato Nrisimha. Yato yato yami tato Nrisimha. Maya Nrisimha Hridaya Nrisimha. Maya Nrisimha Hridaya Nrisimha. Nrisimha Madhim Zarana Prapade. Nrisimha Madhim Zarana Prapade. Tavagara Kamalavare Nakamadbutta Singam Dalita Hiranyakasipu Tanu Bringam Keshabadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hari Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Yagara Kamala Hare Nakamutta Singam Lalita Hiranjakasipu Kanubringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nrisimha Nrisimhadev Nrisimhadev Jaya Nrisimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nrisimhadev Bhagavan ki Prahlad Maharaj ki Srila Prabhupada ki Go Premanandi Hari Bari Bol
Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. Wow, Amit and Rashmi Mataji is back. Wow, we prayed for you. And it helped. Yes. She was not very well at all. So thank you for being back and being better. And Neil is back. Thank you for being back. And he immediately said, I try to bring someone from Granby Street. Keep on trying her. Because let's see who's more successful. There is Amit, there's Rashmi, and there's you. Let's see who is successful of bringing someone along. You know each other, Amit?
Yeah, I know.
From Granby?
Not this lamp, we just do like our veggie group.
Okay. Or you with the veggie group?
No, he's come along. He come along to our socials.
You should have brought him long time along.
I didn't know.
Yeah, but you're not preaching, aren't you? He came along from a video from Narada.
Yeah, but my presence in the veggie group brought him here.
Huh?
My presence in the veggie group.
Yeah, there's some connection, yes,
brought
but,
him here automatically.
but you didn't bring him here. But something you did very well. I have to praise that, and everybody please listen. That was very exemplary, and we should all do that. When the singer prayer started, immediately Amit went to the bookshelf and not only got one booklet, he got two. One for himself and one for Neil. And not only he just put him a booklet in the hand and leaving Neil completely. No, he opened it at the page and pointed out where are we just. So that is exemplary. Thank you very much for that. We take care of people who don't know. Nobody expected to know all the prayers. So a bit of help. And what was also very nice, you got a new cloth? You got that cloth?
Yes. Actually,
For the altar?
no, actually. It's,
For who?
Sorry, I've got in there.
Where is that for?
It's,
Where's somebody knocking on the window?
it's, no,
No.
no, no.
Ben is knocking on the midangam.
It's
Don't.
Ben, it's Ben.
Oh.
So for what is that cloth for?
Sorry, it's Rashmi Mataji's birthday, so we missed the cake, so I saw this scarf, and it's a peacock scarf, and I thought, happy
Okay,
birthday.
I thought it was for there, which I was, but
Perhaps we can sing a happy birthday
Yes.
quickly while we're here.
oh, we did that already. Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, sorry, we have to do
When
it.
his age is.
3 months old. January. Oh, come on, it was January.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hello. What I wanted to point out,
You don't like
what
attention. You don't like attention.
what I wanted to point out, what was very nice, offer it to the Lord, not just prasadam, right? That was very nice. Ev- Yeah, whatever we offer to the Lord, whatever it is. Chapter beads, usually also, you give someone new chapter bead, put on the feet of the Lord, right? Sanctify everything. Okay. Welcome Amrita Radha Mataji. Hare Krishna. Let's see Neil. Next time you bring someone from Granby Street, right? It's a competition here. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Krishna Bihari 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 Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Giridwaradhari Jaya Giridwaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Giridwaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Praja Naranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Praja Naranjana Jaya Munatira Vanachari Jaya Krishna Bihari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Krishna Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Krishna Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Krishna Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Shri Radha Madhava ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Over the past so many weeks, we have discussed Vandanam, prayers. Vandanam. So tonight, we have discussed how we should not praise, and we looked at the prayers of Dhruva Maharaj, and then we looked at the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj, and tonight I wanted to look at the prayers of Gajendra. But these prayers are all quite similar. Quite similar in a broad terms. They're similar by all glorifying the activities of the Lord, the potency of the Lord. In that way they are similar, at least these three prayers. Kunti prayers, that is different. That goes much deeper. It goes really, really deep. Perhaps the deepest prayers of all of them. So I thought rather than going through the prayers of Gajendra, we go a little bit further. The next chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Gajendra actually goes back home. Back home? Where he goes? Vaikuntha, yes. So, Gajendra in his previous birth has been Indradyumna Maharaj. Very pious personality who retired to the forest. Just see, as householders, we should, at a certain stage of life, not staying in family life till the point of death. That's not recommended. Of retiring from family life, the children are grown up and we dedicate more and more time. You are kind of vanaprashti, right?
Yes, I am.
Kind of, right? So, of dedicating more time, you're also kind of vanaprashti, right? You're alone now, your responsibility almost gone, get Krishna over the university, and there you are, Vrindavan, Jaya. So, he retired from family life, Indradyumna Maharaj, and he was meditating in the forest. He wasn't a devotee in the sense of doing devotional service, as we know, propagated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was doing meditation. Not unlike Shringi's father. What was his name? Shringi's father? What Shringi is for? Who is Shringi? He cursed.
That Brahmana boy who cursed Parikshit Maharaj was Shringi, but I don't remember his father's name.
Okay. Thank you, Amrita Rati. You're very attentive here. You're not falling asleep, neither you going off to the kitchen. That is very recommendable. So, he also meditated. The story is very similar. And what happened? He meditated. Parikshit came on a hunting trip. How come? Hunting. They were hunting. They were kshatriyas. Kshatriyas must practice the skills of killing. Kshatriyas are soldiers. So he was practicing by hunting, not like practicing like in the Middle East and just having fighter jets and bombing thousands of people and killing thousands and tens of thousands of people. No, that was not how they practiced the Kshatriya skills. They practiced by hunting. And to such an extent, they practiced to kill a tiger just with a dagger, not with a machine gun or a rifle, just one-to-one combat. These were the skills. So they were allowed, the Kshatriyas, to do that. So this Maharaj Parikshit, he came, he was thirsty, and he came to Shringi's father, to that Brahmana's ashram, and that Brahmana was also in meditation, deep meditation. When we sit in meditation or when we sit chanting Hare Krishna, we sometimes forget completely what's going on around us. And if we don't forget what's going around us, and the mind is going everywhere, then that's not very attentive chanting, isn't it? You're smiling. Sounds familiar. No, we should forget what's happening around us. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur even says, if you cannot concentrate while chanting this Mahamantra, what's his advice? You never heard that before. Sit in the cupboard and close the doors. It's dark, and that's his advice. So, he didn't see the king coming. And the king got upset by providence. He got upset. Such a very self-controlled Parikshit Maharaj, king. Suddenly, some anger overcame him. Why, this Brahmana, I'm the king of the country. Normally the Brahmana, we should give respect to the king, offer him some water, offer him a sitting place. He didn't, because he was in meditation. It wasn't the Brahmana's fault, really. So then, in his disgust, no Vedic culture is followed anymore. There was a dead snake. He took that dead snake with his bow and he put it around the neck of the Brahmana. That's it, and he left. Not such a big offense. I mean, nowadays, if someone is disrespected, they're doing much more horrible things. And the Brahmana, when he came out of his meditation later on, he wasn't offended at all. Brahmanas is very tolerant. But his son, Shringi, he felt he was an upstart of a Brahmana. He was proud. We are the Brahmana class. We are above the Kshatriyas, even above the king. That Parikshit has insulted my father. So he cursed him to die from the snake bird. So the point is that meditation was similar to the meditation of Indradyumna Maharaj. And Agastya Muni came by. And similar, he expected he felt disrespected because Indradyumna Maharaj was also in deep meditation, so he cursed him. You cannot even respect anyone, a sage. You become like a dull elephant. They're not so dull, the elephant, but in comparison, yes. You become, he cursed him, you become a dull elephant. That he became, in his next birth, he became an elephant. And in the crucial time, when the crocodile attacked him in the water, a crocodile in the water is very dangerous, because the crocodile is in its element. A crocodile on the land is not so dangerous. And an elephant on the land is very safe. Elephant in the water, if we are out of our element, we are not in a very good position. So there was a struggle. And the crocodile caught his leg and pulled him deeper in the water. And the elephant, formerly Nrisimha Maharaj, he didn't know what to do. In his desperation, he called out for Vishnu, Krishna. He called out in his desperation. He raised his trunk. More than that, he picked a lotus flower from the lake river and he held it up to offer it to Vishnu. The demigods didn't come to assist in any ways, but Lord Vishnu came immediately on his carrier Garuda. He came immediately. Because here is a devotee has surrendered unto me. What's the verse? Kaunteya pratichanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Arjuna declared it boldly, my devotee will never perish. Krishna will always protect his devotee. Always. So he came. And he, with his Sudarshan chakra, he cut off the head of the crocodile. And the elephant, Gajendra, was freed. And Gajendra received, because he was touched by Vishnu, he received liberation. Swarupya Mukti. What is Swarupya Mukti? Same form as Lord Narayan. And today I wasn't particularly thinking of that, but it's logical, of course, but it says if someone gets Swarupya Mukti, he gets the four-handed form of Lord Narayan. It looks just like Lord Narayan. And not only that, the Vishnu Dutas in Vaikuntha, they're also holding a conch, a lotus, a club, and the chakra. All of them. So he immediately got that form. And while that's also an important point, while he called out for the Lord, he remembered a mantra as the Brahmana in his previous life. The Bhagavatam doesn't say which mantra. Maybe it was Hare Krishna mantra, maybe it was another mantra, I don't know. So he remembered the mantra from his previous life. How his memory came back. Oh, I was King Indradyumna. So that mantra came to his mind and he chanted that mantra. And Lord Vishnu was very pleased. Very pleased. So just see, whatever we do now on devotional service, wherever we be put in next life, that's not lost. That memory will come back to us. So therefore it is good to take advantage now while we have the association of devotees, and take advantage and make as much progress in Krishna consciousness as we can. Who knows what situation we are in next lifetime. And then the memory comes back, what we have done, the memory we have chanted in the Singha prayers, the memory we have respected prasadam, the memory we have so nicely offered a cloth to Lord Nrisimha. So many things. Or we have nicely dressed the deities, done arti. That will come back and that will save us. So from that point, we're reading, we're sharing the screen. let's get that Sanskrit sorted. Evam vimokshya gacha yuta pam abja nabhas. Evam vimokshya gacha yutam pam abja nabhas.
Evam vimoksha gaja yutapam abjanabas.
Tenapi
Tenapi
parshada
parsada
gatim
gatim
gamitena
gamitena
yukta.
yukta.
Tenapi parsada gatim gamitena yukta.
Tenapi prasada gatim gamitena yukta.
Gandharva
Gandharva
Siddha
siddha
Vibudhair
vibhuder
Upagiyamana.
upagiyamana.
Gandharva Siddha Vibudhair Upagiyamana.
Gandharva siddha vibhuder upagiyamana.
Yamana Karma Bhutam
Karma bhutam
Sva
sva
Bhavanam
bhavanam
Garudarsano
gardarsano
Gat
gat
or Agat. Karmadbhutam Sva Bhavanam Garudarsano Gat.
karma bhutam sva bhavanam gurudasano gat.
Evam vimoksha gacha yutam pam abchanabhas.
Evam vimoksha gacayuta pam abjanavas.
Tenapi parshada gatim gamitena yukta.
Tenapi prasada gatim gamitena yukta.
Gandharva siddha viputair upagiyamana.
Gandharva siddha vibhudur apagiyamana.
Karmadbhutam sva bhavanam garudasano gat.
Karma bhutam sva bhavanam gurudasano gat.
Once more. Evam vimoksha gacha yuta pam abchanabhas.
Evam vimoksha gajayuta pam abjanavas.
Tenapi parsada gatim gamitena yukta.
Tenapi prasada gatim gamitena yukta.
Gandharva siddha viputair upagiyamana.
Gandharva siddha upagiyamana.
Karmadbhutam sva bhavanam garudasano gat.
Karma bhutam sva bhavana garudasano gat.
Someone else? Evam vimoksha gacayutam pam abhinabhas. Tenapi parsada gatim gamitena yukta. Gandharva siddha viputai upagiyamana. Karmadbhutam svabhavanam garudasanokat. Anyone else? You want to try? Go ahead.
Evam vivoksha gaja yukta pam abadnavyas.
Evam vimokshya gacha yutam pam abchanabhas.
Tena viparsata gatim gamityapta.
Tena piparshada gatim gamitena yukta.
Dandava siddha vibhur updyanam.
Gandharva Siddha Viputair Upagiyamana
Karma Putam Sabhavan Garudasnogat
Kandaputam Svabhava Garudashanogat.
Evam vimuksha gaya yutapam abjanabas.
Evam vimoksha gacha yutapam abchanapas.
Tena piprasada gatim gamitena yukta.
Tenapi parsadagatim gamitena yukta.
Gandharva siddha vibuddhir apigi yamana.
Gandharva Siddha Vipute Upagiyamana
Karma bhutam svabhavanam guru dasanogat.
Gardam Pucham Svabhavanam Garudasanogat. Translation. Upon delivering the king of elephants from the clutches of the crocodile and from material existence, which resembles a crocodile. That's nice. Material existence is like a crocodile. Maya is catching us just like a crocodile. And from material existence, which resembles a crocodile, the Lord awarded him the status of Sarupya Mukti. In the presence of the Gandharvas, the Siddhas and other demigods, who were praising the Lord for his wonderful transcendental activities, the Lord, sitting on the back of his carrier Garuda, returned to his all-wonderful abode and took Gajendra with him. Isn't that nice? It sounds like Srila Prabhupada doesn't, I have not seen, he's giving explanation on that, but it sounds like Gajendra got a ride on Garuda back. Very nice. Ben, will you read us this purport?
Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila.
Jaya.
In this verse, the word vimuksha is significant. For the devotee, moksha or mukti, salvation, means getting the position of the Lord's associate. The impersonalists are satisfied to get the liberation of merging in the Brahman effulgence. But for a devotee, mukti, liberation, means not to merge in the effulgence of the Lord, but to be directly promoted to the Vaikuntha planets and to become an associate of the Lord. In this regard, there is a relevant verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, chapter 14, text 8.
Does that number sounds familiar? Does that number sounds familiar? Yes, it will be. We're looking in a minute to that. But let's just read a little bit more of that purport. Go on.
One who seeks your compassion and thus tolerates all kinds of adverse conditions due to the karma of his past deeds, who engages always in your devotional service with his mind, words and body, and who always offers obeisances unto you, is certainly a bona fide candidate for liberation. A devotee who tolerates everything in this material world and patiently executes his devotional service can become muktipadi, sadaya bhak, a bona fide candidate for liberation. The word daya bhak refers to hereditary right to the Lord's mercy. A devotee must simply engage in devotional service, not caring about his material situation. Then he automatically becomes a rightful candidate for promotion to Vaikuntha. The devotee who renders unalloyed service to the Lord and gets the right to be promoted to the Vaikuntha Loka, just as a son inherits the property of his father.
Does it sound familiar now?
Yes.
Yes. A little bit more on the liberation compared with the liberation of the impersonalists, and then we go back to that topic. Amit, you want to read?
Yeah. When a devotee gets liberation, he becomes free from material contamination and engages as a servant of the Lord. This is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, Mukti Itvanyata Rupan Shrapana Yasvistiti. The word Shrupa refers to Shrupa Mukti, going back home, back to Godhead, and remaining the Lord's internal associate, having regained a spiritual body exactly resembling that of the Lord with 4 hands holding the Shankar, Chakra, Radha and Padma. The difference between the mukti of the personalist and that of the devotee is that of the devotee is immediately appointed an internal servant of the Lord, whereas in personalist, although merging in the effluence of the
Jyoti,
is still insecure and therefore generally falls again to the material world.
just skip the Sanskrit.
Yeah. Although the impersonalist rise to the Brahman effulgence and enters into that effulgence, he has no engagement in the service of the Lord, and therefore he again attracted to the materialistic philanthropic activities. Thus he comes down to open hospitals and educational institutions, feed poor men and perform similar materialistic activities, where the impersonalist thinks are more precious than serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
The impersonalists
Impersonalists do not think that the service of the Lord is more valuable than serving the poor man or starting a school or hospital. Although they say Brahma, Satyam, Yagan, Nitya, Brahman is real and the material world is false. They are nonetheless very eager to serve the false material world and neglect the service of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Thank you very much. So impersonalists generally falling down because they're not engaged in the service to the Lord's lotus feet, as Srila Prabhupada is saying here. And engaging in some material activities. But that's not the main point tonight. The main point is to go back to that reference, which has a very nice purport. Here we are. Rashmi, you want to read that translation?
My dear Lord, one who honestly waits for you, bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim.
A famous verse we have many times spoken about. Favorite verse of Ben, right? You like that verse a lot? I like that verse a lot too. It gives some hope that by engaging in the Lord's service and by whatever karma, seemingly karma is there still coming, some negative reactions, we'll just tolerate. We tolerate, but keep on worshipping Krishna by words in the mind and from the heart. And in this way, without having to do anything else, we become a rightful recipient. We inherit it, so to get liberated. Like when our parents pass away, we inherit the house, the accumulated wealth and money, without having to do anything. Just being the son or the daughter in that family, automatically the wealth of the parents is transferred to us. So in the same way, that is happening here. There is a beautiful purport Monali, you want to read that first paragraph?
Sridhara Swami explains in his commentary that just as a legitimate son has to simply remain alive to gain a inheritance from his father, one who simply remains alive in Krishna consciousness, following the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, automatically becomes eligible to receive the mercy of the personality of Godhead. In other words, he will be promoted to the kingdom of God.
That is very nice. We just have to keep alive in Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada sent out a recent text where Srila Prabhupada is saying, never give up chanting, whatever happens. That's what it means to keep alive in Krishna consciousness, right? So if you keep alive in Krishna consciousness, liberation will automatically come in due course of time. Okay, Rashmi Mataji, thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you for having come here, even shortly. Next week you will hopefully be full-time here. You will improve so much better. Hare Krishna. Ravi, you want to read the next bit, but take the microphone. One moment. Yeah. So the next bit. Go very close with the microphone to your mouth. Yes.
The word su sami samana indicates that a devotee earnestly awaits the mercy of the Supreme Lord, even while suffering the painful effects of the previous sinful activities. Lord Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita that a devotee who fully surrenders unto him is no longer liable to suffer the reactions of his previous karma. However, because in his mind a devotee may still maintain the remnants of his previous sinful mentality, the Lord removes the last vestiges of the enjoying spirit by giving his devotee punishments that may sometimes resemble sinful reactions.
Okay, here we learn a lot. So when, as a devotee, some reverse is happening, some bad situation, it looks like it is karma, but it's actually not. For someone who is a devotee and has surrendered to the Lord takes charge of him. It looks like karma because something is happening to a devotee. It looks like something bad in a reverse situation. It looks like anybody else. But here, if someone who has fully surrendered, that's important, fully surrendered, Krishna wants to get rid of the remnants of previous sinful mentality. So Krishna is very thorough. Not only one has stopped sinful activity by following the 4 regulations, but if there is still something in the mind, some remnants, some leaning towards material enjoyment. So Krishna wants that to get purified. Because in this material world is a place for rectification. Sometimes it's described as a prison. It's a prison. Why? Because a prison is there for rectification. So prisoners are re-educated to to become good citizens. So this material world is a place of rectification. And for his devotees, Krishna personally intervenes. He gives some trouble to a devotee so the devotee can better surrender to him and get rid of any remnants of enjoying spirit. So Krishna is very merciful. And the devotee, and that whole verse is about that, he's not complaining, oh Krishna, why I'm putting into some difficult situation. I'm your devotee here. Oh, maybe God doesn't exist. Oh, Krishna, you are so cruel. As someone said recently, and I mentioned that, I want to everybody in my peer group, they have a husband, they have family. I'm still living at home with my parents. I'm not married. I'm asking Krishna, please help me. And Krishna does. No, Krishna is cruel. That was her conclusion. Krishna is not cruel. So for a devotee who has surrendered, Krishna wants to purify that last bit of karma. Amit, you want to read on from there? Take the microphone. Get close, very close. The top line, at the end of the line, the purpose.
The purpose of the entire creation of God is to rectify the living entity's tendency to enjoy without the Lord, and therefore the particular punishment given for sinful activity is specifically designed to curtail the mentality that produced the activity. Although a devotee has surrendered to the Lord's devotional service, until he is completely perfect in Krishna consciousness, he may maintain a slight inclination to enjoy the false happiness of this world.
Okay. Vaishnav, when you go back to the kitchen, can you turn that dials? There are two dials, one for the heating and one for the hot water. The left one is now on 6 o'clock, it points down, turns it to 5 o'clock or something less. Because it's quite hot here, isn't it?
Okay.
You feel it's hot here?
Well, yeah, I can
No?
speak to it, yes, but I can make it to number 8. 8 or 7, yeah. I see what you mean, yeah.
On the boiler?
Yes, the thermostat.
The flow temperature,
Oh, okay. All right.
not the thermostat.
All right.
So, to rectify us from our tendency to enjoy without the Lord, that's a definition of sinful. To enjoy without Krishna. To enjoy with Krishna, that's not sinful. That's spiritual. Right? Example, we enjoy without Krishna. We're eating any foodstuff not offered to the Lord. That is sinful. We get some karma for that. Sinful reaction we get for that. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what does he say, Ben? Those who eat food for their own sense gratification.
Oh yeah, those who eat food for their own sense gratification, verily they only eat sin.
Verily eat only sin. Eating sin means we're getting a reaction because it's a sinful activity. We're eating for our own satisfaction of the tongue. We don't offer the food. So we'll get a bad karma for that. We have to. Bad karma means we'll have some discomfort, we suffer, we distress. That is bad karma. Happiness means pious activity. So that's sinful activity. So anything which is not with enjoying with Krishna, eating prasadam, we also enjoy. But that's eating with Krishna. Because we offer it to Krishna first. So there we don't get a reaction from prasadam. But food not offered, we get a reaction. So, Srila Prabhupada says, the particular punishment given for a sinful activity is specifically designed to curtail the mentalities that produce the activity. Could be what? Give us an example. The mentality which produced a sinful activity. What could that be?
So you know when offering the food to Krishna, if you do a restaurant, how do you offer it there?
That's a good question. Generally, as devotees, we don't go to restaurant, but if so happens, out of circumstances, we have to go to a restaurant. So what do you do?
Chant.
Yes. You don't have to do it loudly, you don't have to ring a bell, big bell, to Nama Om Vishnu, but right? You don't have to do that. Ben?
You just do it you can do it in your mind.
You can do it in your mind. In your mind you say, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. And sincere from the heart, please, my Lord, accept this foodstuff. But it has to be purely vegetarian foodstuff. Right? And it's not ideal because it's cooked by people who are not devotees. Not ideal. But if these circumstances arrive that we have to eat in a restaurant, I mentioned many times, not now anymore, I used to, when I used to visit my mother in Germany, the whole family went on a Sunday, her birthday. She doesn't dare be cooking, or neither we cooking, and she didn't accept that. Let's just go in a restaurant. Okay, they went in a restaurant. There are all kind of dishes. So I got the pizza. That was the only thing offerable. Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So, and thinking in the heart of the Lord, and please Krishna, accept this pizza. I'm sorry, it's not the best food for you, but that's the best I can do in these circumstances. And so offer it in the mind, in the heart. But interesting here, the particular punishment is given to a sinful activity specifically designed to curtail the mentalities that produce the activity. Because every action, there is a mentality behind, isn't it? That's behind. Sometimes we feel like we are pushed to act. And that's true. We are pushed to act. And even Arjuna is saying that. What is it? That we are committing sinful activities even though we don't want to. It's just something is pushing us to act in a certain way. And what is Krishna saying?
Krishna says that it's lust only, Arjuna.
Yes, it's lust only, the all-devouring enemy of this world. Yes, you know your Bhagavad Gita well. That's important. You have to know all that. Bhagavad Gita is so important. It's a law book. It's ABC. So, it's that mentality behind which produced the action. Krishna wants to get rid of this mentality. If we just artificially stop an action, very difficult. Next time, we're acting the same way again. And the same way again, because the mentality has not been cured. That also sometimes explains, the example is given. If there is a bamboo tree, you have seen bamboo trees, they're growing wild and after years they're becoming a forest. And usually there's so many dry leaves on the ground. If we gather all the leaves and we want to get rid of the bamboo bush, and we burn the bush with the leaves, completely burned down to the ground. But because the roots are still there, the bamboo shoots will come out again. So if our mentality, sinful mentality, a mentality of enjoying separately from Krishna, if that is not cured, then we cannot help it. We will act in a way which gets us sinful reaction, karma. We cannot cure that. So the mentality has to be cured. So Krishna is saying here, I'll give a particular punishment to get rid of this mentality. Of course, we know by being fully engaged in the service of the Lord, the mentality gets cured automatically by keeping on chanting Hare Krishna mantra. The mentality which is behind any sinful activities gets wiped away without any separate endeavor. Until the devotee is perfect in Krishna consciousness, he may maintain a slight inclination. So Krishna is even getting rid of a slight inclination to enjoy the false happiness of this world. So it's not only, it's very strict, it sounds like, not only stopping, okay, I stop just 4 principles, I stop these sinful activities. But if there is a slight inclination still there, Krishna wants to get rid of this inclination also.
Well, but how would you know when somebody is perfect in Krishna consciousness?
Oh, that's a good question. How would you know when someone is perfect in Krishna consciousness? Arjuna asked that question. What was that question? Anyone? A transcendentalist. How does he walk? How does he talk? What's he doing? So, kind of externally, how do we know someone is perfect in Krishna? Or we could talk for many hours. How to know if someone is perfect in Krishna consciousness? First of all, he is Srila Prabhupada has several quotes. A devotee is a perfect gentleman. That's interesting. A perfect gentleman. Of course, we can discuss what does that mean to be a perfect gentleman. A devotee who is perfect in Krishna consciousness, he is paradukha dukhi. You heard that before, Ben? Yes. What does it mean?
It means that the devotee is, he feels the distress of others.
Yes, very nice. I say that again. A devotee feels the distress of others. Generally, people don't feel the distress of others. They don't care about others. They care about my distress only. My, mine. That's the main. Someone, maybe, oh, my brother, yeah, okay. My sister, family, maybe, yes. Maybe. I'm number 1, family is number 2, generally. Not family is number 1, I'm number 2. That is very rarely seen. So, maybe someone feels about the distress even of people within his community. Ravi?
Prabhuji, but if a devotee, a transcendental devotee, is feeling the distress of other devotees, isn't that a distraction for his own spiritual progress? Isn't it away from being Krishna conscious?
No,
and getting
no,
away
the
from
opposite.
that?
The opposite. Krishna is very pleased and not feeling the distress of other devotees, feeling the distress of other living entities. Because the devotee is soft-hearted. So you ask, how do we recognize someone is perfect in Krishna consciousness? He feels for the distress of all living entities. You feel particular for the distress of animals. Yes, that's very good. But we need to feel for the distress of other living entities. What does that mean? Feeling for the distress of other living entities. It's not just feeling, okay, I feel the distress, okay, that's it. I do my own thing. No. What is the consequence of that? If we feel the distress of other living entities, we have to act. If we see someone drowning in the lake, what we have to do? We have to save that person, if we can swim. Otherwise it's foolishness. So, but if we can swim, and we're turning, oh, let him drown. That is not feeling for other living entities. So a devotee feels the distress of other living. What is that distress? So whole world, people acting in a sinful way and accumulating so much karma, and the devotee can see they're going to hell. They don't see it, the people, but the devotee sees these people are going to hell. So I must help them to encourage them in Krishna consciousness, to engage them in Krishna's service somehow or other. That is the action resulting from feeling the distress of others. Ben?
I mean, what do you do? There's lots of people there in distress, but if you went before them as a devotee, they don't really want to. They don't really want it seems they don't want Krishna consciousness. They don't want a spiritual.
Of course, yes.
They don't want a spiritual remedy to their life. They just want to be relieved from suffering.
Yes.
But Krishna consciousness is much more than that. It's a whole way of life. It's a whole design to live your life in a perfect way, in a sense.
But the devotee knows how to get free from suffering, and the people want to get free from suffering. So we'll need to find some ways to induce them. Sometimes it may be just a little bit of kindness. Or look at example. It was Indradyumna Swami Maharaj. Not said Indradyumna from, he has a Bhagavatam. He was discussing with a market trader. And the market person, simply market person, very simple person, not very intellectual or very philosophical. So he was saying, chant Hare Krishna, very boldly. Why don't you chant Hare? I don't never do that. Why should I? Like that, normal person. And then Indradyumna Swami said, oh, because you don't know how to pronounce it, isn't it? No, I would know, but I will not say it. Oh, you don't know. He challenged him. You don't know. Yes, I know. So, let's hear. And then he said, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So he induced him by trickery to chant that mantra. That is one way. There are millions of ways. Krishna will reveal in the heart how to turn someone towards Krishna consciousness. There are millions, depending on time, place, circumstances, so many things. If we have the desire to help others who are suffering, we know why they're suffering, right? For instance, those people, the meat eaters, the animal slaughterers, they will suffer terribly. We know that. We know they will suffer terribly. So, we can help them. We can induce them to become vegan. Even better, we induce them to become devotees, to become, or not say even devotees, to become Krishna conscious. That's even better. Because then the mentality which produced that animal slaughtering, that mentality will be cured. Not only the activity that will come back. The activity will come back, like I gave you the example of that very educated professor who said, I'm a vegetarian, big professor, Cambridge University, top professor. I am vegetarian. Wow. But once a year, I have to eat some meat. So the taste has never gone away. So he is trying by force to control. But once a year, he has to let go. So that is not, that's artificial. They will never give the same result as replacing the taste of meat with the taste of prasadam.
There's an issue with your Apple Music account. To resolve this,
Oh yes, you heard something. Some word has triggered the theory. That happens sometimes. Okay, a little bit more. With a microphone, Ben.
A sincere devotee earnestly desires to go back to the Lord's abode. Therefore, he willingly accepts the Lord's merciful punishment and continues offering respects and obeisances to the Lord with his heart, words and body. Such a bona fide servant of the Lord, considering all hardship a small price to pay for gaining the personal association of the Lord, certainly becomes a legitimate son of God, as indicated here by the words Jaya, just as one...
Okay, let's stop here a second. Let's set this a verse. So how do we offering respects and obeisances to the Lord with a heart, words and body? How can we do that, Rabbi? How can we offer respects to Krishna within our heart, with our words and with our body?
Is it by prostrating and paying our
That would be a way.
So we are
But
touching the...
yes,
and
we are offering obeisances when we come in the temple.
And then we are saying that, you know...
We're saying Hare Krishna
Krishna Om Namo Vishnu,
with the words.
Krishna Prasthaya, yeah.
Yes. So a devotee knows very well. He gets purified. And if he tolerates the inconveniences pertaining to the body, inconveniences, what inconveniences? There's inconveniences of old age, right? Do you feel inconvenience of old age? Not yet? Amit?
Not yet, no.
Not yet. But they will come. Do you feel inconveniences of old age?
Beginning to.
Yes, I feel inconveniences of old age. Yes.
You know, if someone's drowning and you can swim, would you, would you risk your life for it?
No, that's foolishness. Srila Prabhupada said that's foolishness. If you want to rescue someone, you cannot swim.
No, if you can swim, but you just don't.
Oh, you can swim?
Yeah.
You're obligated to help that person.
You have to be an expert swimmer.
Yes. You have to be a good swimmer.
Oh.
Not just you can swim, just keep your head above, so that will be not sufficient. Meaning, first we have to become practiced in our Krishna consciousness, right? We have to chant regularly. Hare Krishna. How is your chanting, Rabbi?
You can give to someone.
Going on? How is your chanting, Neil?
Just
Now and again.
Yeah.
Make it regular. Even one round. One moment, Ben. Even one round. But regularly. Every day. Krishna likes that much more. That will give you much more benefit. One round every day. And then you increase 2 rounds, 3 rounds every day. But not on and off. Better regularly is more important than the number of rounds. Right? Monali, chanting is going okay? Amit?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yes? He worked himself up from 4, 8, 12, he's chanting 16 rounds now.
you do 16.
Oh, yeah, in the morning.
Yeah, it's good. Little by little, right? Little by little. And then suddenly you find out, oh, I can actually do it. I actually can do it. What seemed to be something like, oh, I never can do that. Yes, you can do it. So devotee thinks it's a small price to pay if there's some inconveniences. I just have to be tolerant. Small price to pay to, at the end, to go back home. Go to Vaikuntha or Goloka. So someone becomes a legitimate son of God. And you want to read a bit?
Which one is it?
Give him the microphone. Just top line starts here, highlighted word.
Just as one cannot approach approach the sun without becoming fire, one cannot approach the supreme pure Lord Krishna without undergoing a rigid purification process which may appear like suffering but which is in fact a curative treatment administered by the personal hand of the Lord.
If you have to sneeze, you have to cover, right? Otherwise, the germs going all over the place. So, we have to, if we want to approach Krishna, we have to become Krishnaized. We have to become like Krishna. We have to be spiritual. Become spiritual. Very much so. Pure. In heart and in mind. Otherwise there is no way of approaching Krishna. In heart and in mind. And if we are on the transcendental position, we are in proper Krishna consciousness. That is the best situation, then we can enter at the end of this life into the abode of the Lord. Okay, any questions? Neil, you seem to be asking questions, which is very, Srila Prabhupada said, asking questions is a sign of intelligence. So that's very good. Yes? Because if someone has no intelligence, he does not ask questions. Question is very important. The whole Bhagavatam is question, answers, question. The whole Bhagavad Gita, what is it? Arjuna is asking questions and Krishna is answering. At the beginning, Arjuna is arguing with Krishna. At the very beginning. He's saying, no, I don't want to do that, not that. And Krishna says, you do it, no, I don't. So like a small kid, there's argument. But after Arjuna has surrendered to Krishna, Karpanya dosha pahatasva pava, now I'm your disciple, and the soul surrendered unto you, please instruct me. From that point, no more argument. Right? If we have surrendered to the Lord, to the spiritual master, no more argument. Then it is only questions and answers. Arjuna is asking so many questions from that second chapter onwards. How is this? How is that? How is this? How is that? And Krishna is answering all of them. And at the end, Krishna says, okay, now you have learned the science of Krishna consciousness. Now you decide what you want to do. You want to fight now or you're not fighting? Because originally Krishna says you must fight. And Arjuna says, I cannot fight. This is family. How can I fight? This is my uncle, this is my guru, this is my this and that. How can I fight? I'd rather go to the forest. Become a yogi. Of course, that's not possible. He's a kshatriya. He never can sit down and meditate. So, then Krishna gives him the choice. After instructing all Bhagavad Gita, now you decide what you want to do now. Now you got all the knowledge. All the knowledge you got. All Bhagavad Gita has been spoken. So what do you want to do now? Then Arjuna says, yes, Krishna, I will fight. I'll not fight for myself. I fight on your behalf. Because you're telling me to fight and I'm surrendered soul unto you. Therefore I will fight. And Krishna was very pleased. And then all protection was there. And yes, victory. Everything was there. Questions? Amit. Jai Shri Srinivasa Satya Sundara Ji Ki Jai Giraj Govardhana Ki Jai. Question, Amit. Take the microphone.
No, but probably a lot of that makes sense.
Makes sense?
It's just you're reiterating something that...
Logic.
Yeah.
Yes. Bhagavad Gita is so clear.
Yeah.
And Krishna consciousness is so logical. It all makes complete sense.
Yeah. If something is right, how can you question it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's question in between, but
Yes.
in its essence.
Yes, yes. Monali, any question? No? Why not? Practical questions are the best questions, not kind of theoretical questions which is just intellectual questions. There was one devotee, he was not very advanced, just about trying to control his senses, and he asked a question. He thought, I should ask a question now. Now I want to ask a very intelligent question. So what should I ask? So I asked, Srila Prabhupada, what is the relationship between Balaram and Radharani? Srila Prabhupada blasted him. He said, you don't know anything. You don't ask a question like that. That is maybe later. That's not for you to question like that. Okay. Well, what about, oh no, Amritarati Mataji is gone. Let's look what is the next verse giving us here. Who is speaking? Okay, Lord Brahma is speaking, it looks like. Translation. My Lord, just see my uncivilized impudence. It's very humble way of speaking to Krishna. My impudence. I've become proud. I'm uncivilized. To test your power, I try to extend my illusory potency to cover you. The unlimited and primeval supersoul, who bewilder even the masters of illusion. What am I compared to you? I am just like a small spark in the presence of a great fire. That's our position. Right? We are just a small little. We should always think of ourselves being small sparks, and Krishna is so great. Because if we become impudent, then we think, oh, I'm as good as Krishna. Some people think like that. I'm as good as God. In fact, I am actually God. Have you come across people who claim I'm God? They're not so impudent. They say, I'm only, some are. Actually, some are. They're saying, I'm God. I'm the only God. But others are saying, not as impudent. They say, well, I'm God. But you are also God. You are God. You are God. Everybody is God. So that feels good, because if everybody's got the same, I'm also God. So we should always know our position. No, we are not God. We are godly. We have the qualities of God. And if we get purified in our hearts, these qualities will manifest. 3 qualities. We are eternal. We are anyway eternal already. Maybe people don't know it. We are full of knowledge. That knowledge may not manifest right now because we're covered by ignorance. But once that is uncovered, then the knowledge. It is said in the way, a devotee who is fully Krishna conscious, he knows everything. What matters? And the third quality, full of bliss and happiness. Krishna is full of bliss and happiness. Have you ever seen Krishna in a depressed mood? Have you ever seen a picture of Krishna who is depressed or who is morose? Right? Doesn't exist. Krishna is always happy. He's always blissful. So we are also, because we are part of Krishna, we have this ability to be blissful also. Yeah, just put that.
It's nice that you vocalize nice.
Huh?
Be bliss and not happy all the time. That's
That happiness is covered over. But actually, that blissfulness is there within the heart. If we become fully Krishna conscious, that blissfulness will manifest more and more and more. Will be fully joyful and fully blissful. Right? If we are not feeling joyful and happy, we don't feel, then what? Then we have lost our connection to Krishna. Right? If we are connected with Krishna, there is no question of being morose, of not being blissful and joyful and happy. A devotee means happy. Smiling face. Srila Prabhupada was always happy when he saw the devotees smiling faces. There have been some newspaper articles in the past also. These Hare Krishna devotees, smiling faces. And there is also a kind of a saying, how do you recognize a devotee? He has a big smiling face. Out of, that is actually true. Out of a crowd of people who are all morose and depressed, and you see there is a person who is self-satisfied, smiling. That's a devotee, most likely. Always happy. Why should we not be happy? We have Krishna as our friend, Krishna Mother, Krishna Pita. Krishna is a father, Krishna is a mother, Krishna is everything. We are under Krishna's protection, we are devotees of Krishna. Little story, when Srila Prabhupada was a young boy, he traveled with his father, Gomohan Day, on the trolley bus. You know trolley bus? Tram. Yes? They used to call it trolley bus. Here in the UK also trolley bus? No? Never heard that? You heard that? Trolley bus?
We didn't have a tram to think.
It's an old word. So he traveled in Calcutta on the trolley bus, on the tram. Yeah. So the conductor came to his father, ticket please. Okay, ticket. And then he made a bit of a joke to the young 5-6-year-old Abai. And your ticket? And but I don't have a ticket. You don't have a ticket? You cannot ride here. Right? Joking. Cruel joke, huh? Right? Then he said, but my father is here. That was the answer. My father is here. So I'm all right. My father is here. I don't need the ticket. I don't need nothing. Hold the hand. My father is here. So that is our position also. Why should we be worried? Oh, my father is here. Krishna is here. I have Krishna with me. So we don't have to worry about nothing. And if some reverse is coming in life, like the verse today, then we just tolerate. We just tolerate, and if we just staying in that position and tolerate, we will be liberated in due course of time. Liberated means we will go back to Godhead. We'll go to Vaikuntha or go to Goloka. That is guaranteed. Like if we stay alive, our inheritance from our parents is guaranteed. Just by staying alive. We're staying alive in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. We're staying alive. And our liberation is guaranteed. Latest, when quitting this body. Then, okay, back home. Questions? Ravi.
Prabhuji, one thing that's just come to my mind. Is Vaikuntha also eternal like Goloka? Is it does it have a different timeline?
Goloka, Vaikuntha, this is also spiritual world.
Yeah. I mean, with other heavenly planets, is Vaikuntha eternally?
It's in the spiritual world, beyond the material world, that's eternal. It's all floating. There are so many planets, so many Vaikuntha planets, and one of the Vaikuntha planets is Goloka, the top one. And I just was reading the other day, it depends on our preference, right? It depends on our preference where we want to go. We want to go to Vaikuntha, get Sarupya Mukti. Would you like 4 hands? Bluish body? Imagine what you could do. With 4 hands you can twice as much. 4 hands and a bluish body and carrying a conch and a lotus, a chakra. Or would you rather want to go to Goloka and play with Krishna and you don't even know Krishna is God? So it's our preference. It's our preference. The question has been asked to Srila Prabhupada, why did Bhishma Dev, it's a battle, right? Pitamaha, why didn't he go to Goloka? He didn't go to Goloka. He went to Vaikuntha. Why? Srila Prabhupada said that was his preference. He liked to see the Lord as Narayan, as Parthasarathi, as a chariot driver of Arjuna. That was his preference. He liked that. He didn't like to be a cowherd boy in Goloka. No, he wanted, and he proved that. That was his desire on the battlefield. He wanted to provoke Krishna to break his promise, to become angry, to pick up a wheel and run towards him. That he wanted to see that. When it finally came to that, oh, he got that vision. He got that vision. I sent out a little video. Anyone saw that today? Yes? We can see Krishna face to face. Yes, Ben?
No, I was just going to say that video was about a story about Prabhupada.
Yes.
When he saw Krishna.
Yes. Prabhupada saw Krishna. The spiritual master. An acharya. He has to be on that kind of platform. But Srila Prabhupada said many times throughout, the day will come, you will see Krishna face to face. That may sound far removed from us today. One day. And Krishna can appear in many ways. Krishna can appear as a Brahmajyoti, the most effulgent light. We said as a story. Can you see, said Prabhupada asked, the Indian gentleman, can you see that shining, everything is shining? No, I cannot see. I cannot see. You don't have the transcendental vision. Then he asked that devotee, Mula Prakriti, can you see? No, Srila Prabhupada, I cannot see. I want you to see. Srila Prabhupada wants us to see, said Brahmajyoti. It's in history, even Christian saints, mystics, they have described a blinding light suddenly in the room. That's a Brahmajyoti. Or the voice of the Lord. The voice, like Narada. I will not appear anymore to you in this lifetime. So, just to make you very eager to meet me again. And Kunti prays. She is even prepared to go through all that suffering. Not really suffering, but seemingly all that tribulations of the house of luck set on fire, trying to kill the Pandavas, of the battle of Kurukshetra, of what? What else?
Going to the jungle.
Huh?
being the 14, 12 years in the jungle. With the
In the
buffaloes.
jungle, tribulations, in the forest, and then the last year in incognito. So all these tribulations. And Bhima as a young boy that tried to feed him the poison cake. So much envy. So much. Prahlad Maharaj
They
also.
tried to feed him a poisonous cake.
He was just
They tried to feed him a poisonous cake.
Vandanam.
They tried to feed him a poisonous cake.
Yes.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Yes.
He was extreme, wasn't it? Thrown off the hill.
Yes.
hot oil,
Yes. So much tribulation.
That was extreme.
So much tribulation.
Even Mother Draupadi, when the Pandavas were pulling her sari, when she was pulling.
So much. Kundi had to tolerate also her daughter-in-law being disrobed or attempted to be disrobed in front of the assembly. And still she's saying, I wish all these tribulations could happen again and again, so we can actually see you, my Lord. We can have your darshan. We don't pray like that. Oh, our tribulations, Krishna, I wish this trouble I'm going through will happen again and again. No, we don't pray like that. We say, oh, thank you for it's keep me out of trouble. Okay. Anything else? Or shall we stop here? Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Jaya Gaura Nitai, 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 Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Jai Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, everyone. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Ravidya Chatendriya Taika, Shiva Fale Vishaya Sagare, Dharmatidhi Vayati, Loba Moisa Durmati, Takete Takutina Samsare, Krishna Buddha Dayamai,
Krishna Bora Dayamoi,
Kori Bada Chivachai,
Kori Bari Jiva Joy,
Swaprasad and Adila Bai,
Wa Prasad and Adila Bai,
Sayanamrita Po,
Sanam Litapa,
Radha Krishna Gunago,
Radha Krishna,
Premidago Sri Chaitanya Nitai,
Premidago Sri Chaitanya Nitai,
Jaini Mai, Jaini Dai Bhagavad Prasadam Ki,
Jai.